Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitching with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is having a great Friday. Well, today as you can see we are going to have an unbagging. That means we have a review. So let's find out what is in the bag. I see Joy Sunday. Alright, let me get rid of the bag here. Okay, we have two Joy Sunday kits, and these come from the FGNormal store, and if they have any specials, any discount codes, or if I have any, they'll be right in here and in the description box below. So let's start with the smaller of the two. This one was $3.97. It is a 14 count, 21 by 21 centimeters. Get everything out of my freeway here. Put that up there. It does come in the lovely Joy Sunday bag. Isn't that beautiful? And it's so cute and small, and it's not too big. I'd say maybe 5 or 6 inches across. But yeah, I just liked all the colors. I like how it looks like a watercolor. It's gorgeous. And it looks summery with all the flowers, or springy. I don't know. It just appealed to me. What can I say? It is 92 by 92 stitches. 14 count. Like I said before, we only have one set of numbers. This set of numbers will go to the paper pattern. The canvas will have its own set. It has full stitch, French knot, and back stitch, so there's no half cross stitch. It is a partial, and 35 colors. So let's see what we have. We have 310 black. Lots of greens and yellows in this. No 939. We have 3779, which is a dark color. Not 337. What is it? 3371? Isn't that the dark brown I always talk about? So we'll have to, I think that's that pewter color. And they're using 3865 for the white. And you only have one French knot color, which is the white. So there's some little dots kind of here, there, and in his eye. So that's not too bad. 3 colors for the back stitch is black, and then the 3865 and 414. But very well detailed. So it's mostly outlining things. So it's not too bad a back stitch for such a small little project. But it's just defining things. So that's fairly easy to follow. But nice and big though. Very, very nice and big. Alright, let's look at the colors. We do have 2 thread cards. We have 2 needles. It does come on the good thread cards. That has the product number, how many strands you have, and the DMC number. So we got some pale purple and kind of some rust. Kind of a mauve color. I'm not sure what color that is. And there's your 3865, so you know there's not a whole bunch of it. But lots of greens and yellows. Pale pink, pale blues. Did I even tell you? This is called the blue tit. That's what it says. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, approximately 5. That's more of a turquoise. And I didn't see. So 5 shades of blue in this. So not too overly done. They're mostly pastels or muted colors. There's your 310, and there's that pewter color. So that's that pewter color number. I don't recognize that number right off the bat. So I guess that's half the problem. And then when I see it, it's like, yep, I know that color. Moving on. Okay, and this is going to look like a blur because the back stitching is going to make this. It is serged all the way around. It does have a readable key running along the bottom with its own symbols, as I stated before. Here's your French knot, your back stitches, and these are all your regular numbers. So very nice, and it does have how big it is and how many stitches per stitch. So yeah, let's measure this. It won't take long. It's not very big. So 21 centimeters, or a little over 8¼ inches by 8½ inches, or almost 22 centimeters. The actual picture size is a little over 6½ inches, or a little over 16 centimeters by 6½ or 16. 6½ inches, or 16½ centimeters. So very nice. I'm rolling this. See, if I drop it, it goes crazy. It needs a stopgap, I think. But very nicely printed. Very easy to see symbols. Very bold. Very nice. So this would be a nice, easy summer stitch. You could just throw it in your purse, practically. And nice and lightweight. Good canvas. Very nice. Like that. For $3.97, that's a good kit. Alright, the next one is a 14 count as well. And this does come with all the seasons. You'll know what I'm talking about when I get there. It was $13.28. It is 43 by 60. I'm going to move those scissors because, you know, stuff happens. I don't want to drop it on my foot. You know, it's summer. I like to go barefoot. Let's not have any happy accidents. So this is a bit bigger. It's like going from small to big. So, comes in the typical Joy Sunday bag. Flip it over. This is Summer Queen. It is a partial. I don't know how much, you know, depth or detail. This is kind of a terrible picture. You don't see all the details in her face and in her hair and her dress. But yeah, I've always liked this pattern. So we will see how this goes. And I know that this is a Mirabilia, if I could just talk, pattern. So they've got that off of them. And it did have beads here and there, so I don't know that this does or doesn't come with beads. We're going to find out here in a minute. Yep, it does have beads. So it has 4 beads. And do we have 2 sets of numbers, maybe? No 2 sets of numbers. So we have full stitch, bead stitch, and back stitch. And it has 35 colors. No 310 black. No 823. It has some burgundies in it, which is 902 and 915. We do have 939, no 3371, and we have B5200 for the white. Not seeing anything else that I recognize right off the bat. But the darkest it gets is 939 in this. But very well printed. There's not... I think the back stitching is like in her hand, her arm, like a little bit in her face. So it's nominal back stitching in this. So this will be interesting. And I can't begin to tell you where all those beads go. So yeah. Not all, there's only 4. But I'm glad they kept it to a palette. I just like the colors, you know, of her skirt. So hopefully they'll show up teal. And teal and turquoise, like I said. So here is your bag of beads. I will get those out if I can get... I love these bags. They're just so, yeah. They either work or they don't. So we have a crystal color. We have, it's kind of a cobalt blue, if you will. We have kind of an orangish red, if you will. I can't even describe what color that is. And a yellow. And these are all small crystal beads. So I usually use a size 28 needle. And it usually works just fine. for me. They did put which I never use, because I end up folding these, is a beading needle, because they're so flimsy and lightweight, and I evidently have too much of a heavy touch. So, yeah. It'll be interesting to see where all these beads go. And I'll see how I like this kit and see if I want to get any others. Like, I got all the angels when they came out, so we'll see. Does come with 2 needles. Now, this is on a different kind of a thread card. It's just looped the thread over. There are 2 of them. Let's see if I can get it undone. Oh my goodness gracious, that is one tough puppy. I'm going to fold that so we don't lose the needles. So, very nice, very fine. There's your teal. There's your brown. There's your B5200. I'm not sure which one this is. It could be... I don't think it's 3865. Did I read that wrong? Or am I telling you wrong? Okay, number 35 is B5200. Number 30... No, number 30 is B5200. And 30... It says 36, so maybe that's the color that you use for putting the beads on. Because I don't have them right here in my hand. They do have like a white core, so I've always used a white thread like B5200 to sew beads on when I was doing it on a beaded cross stitch. I don't change the threads. That just drives me ballistic, so yeah. But more teals, kind of a turquoise. This is more of a muted blue-green. Blues. Ooh, look at that pink. Yum. There is 902. I'm not sure. What did I say? 915, 914? Kind of a darker teal, but it's muted. Very nice colors. So, we will see. And it's 14 count, so let the games begin. I haven't yet to do a beaded 14 count as far as a Joy Sunday. So let's take a look at the canvas. It is a partial, like I said. Does have the name up here. This is much bigger than I gave it credit for. Nice, big, huge key runs along the bottom. I'll show you more of that. I'm just more into her outfit. There's nice, big areas. I'm not seeing a bunch of confetti. There's some up here, but that might be where some of those beads that makes it look that makes it look congested, if you will, because the rest of it certainly does not look that way. But very nice, very well printed. It never got wet. Here are your beads. This is your back stitch, and then I'll turn it this way. But nice big huge key like that. So you could just start at one end and the other. This would be a great for a movie. Put it in and just stitch one whole section one color, you know. So there's a lot of thread in there for a 14 count, but very nice. I'm so thrilled that it's so nice, and I'll turn it so you can actually see it. Very well printed, darkly printed. Yeah, I don't like that light stuff. It's okay here and there, but some of that, it just isn't as dark as this is. Very, very nice. Let me see if I can measure this. So, yay. Did I tell you it was serged all the way around? I usually say that, but sometimes I say it and don't even remember I said it. Okay, it's 60 centimeters or almost 23 3/4 inches that way by 41 centimeters or 16 1/4 inches. Actual picture size is almost a little over 13 1/4 inches or 34 centimeters. by 52.5 centimeters, or a little over 20.5 inches. So, good size. Nice and big. If you had a great big house and huge walls, which I don't, you know, you could do all 4 of these and put them, you know, in different rooms or whatever. But that's going to take a big frame. It's bigger in size. I mean, the whole woman, I swear, she is 20 inches tall, almost. Here or there, you know, give or take. So, yeah. I'm excited. Kind of like this one, too. And it was $13.28. So that's not too bad of a price. That I think that's a fairly good deal for all the threads and the beads that you get. So we'll have to see how it goes, and like I said, I'll kind of make a decision whether or not I want to do the others. So I may just collect them like I did the angels, because yeah, not going there. That is all that I got from FGNormal. Thank you, FGNormal, for these 2 gorgeous kits. Want to start them both, but you know, that's just me. Now, they do have diamond painting, cross stitch, and paint by number. They have tools and crafts for all of that. They usually have great sales, great selection, and great customer service. I have bought from them personally, not within my channel, just personally. So all is good there. So do check them out. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and please hit the bell. That way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe, stay healthy. My throat's giving out. Have a good day. Bye-bye.